Swami Vishnu-devananda, the Christmas talk, the late 1980s. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Our finest gifts we bring, pa-ram-pa-pam-pam, to lay before the King, pa-ram-pa-pam-pam, ram-pa-pam-pam, ram-pa-pam-pam. So honor him, pa-ram-pa-pam-pam, when we come.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sattva Parbrahma Krishna Ji Guru Namaha. Ajnana Ramdasya Jnananjana Sharagya, Chakshur Nilda Krishna Ji Guru Namaha. Guru Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murte Vishwavanjaya Shandaya Shri Shivanandaya Namaha. Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvasasadige Charane Tambre Gauri Narayani Namosture Narayani Namosture Narayani Om Namo Narayanaya 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 Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace. Shalom Shalom Shalom. Thanks. Merry Christmas. Silent night. Holy night. You can come a little closer. I can't shout, Voice is already very low. take long time to warm up. Close it.
Deuxième traduction.
Holy. Silence. Silence. All great incarnations, prophets, they come at midnight. Not midday. Lord Krishna also came midnight. After midnight, the earth, midnight also in the heaven. What do you mean by midnight or silent night? Because vast majority of the people sleep. It's called silent night. They're sleeping because not this rest, but due to tamas, inertia. You all know there are three qualities: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva, purity, light, purity. Rajas, activity, passion. Tamas, inertia, darkness. So, majority of the human being live in tamas, that's called darkness. When you sleep, also like silence, except when it's snow. But that is due to tamas, inertia, that silence. But also there is silence when sattva predominates, purity, light, extreme light, like the sun. You look at the sun for a few seconds, you can't see anymore. It appears to be darkness, so the light also appears to be darkness. So also, darkness also appears to be darkness. But they both are not the same. Darkness due to tamas is different from the darkness due to extreme brightness or extreme silence. A true saint never talks. He communicates through silence. He communicates through the language of silence. In fact, we all do that when there is extreme peace, love, even ordinary love, emotional love. We don't talk too much. We start talking and feeling that low vibration. The word I used, love, there's no language. Anyone can explain what love is? Come on, someone can explain what love is. Huh? What is love? Any language to explain love? What is love? Explain very clearly. Love. What more you? Love is love. What is sweet? What is sweet? Sweet is sweet. So even a child knows there is no language for love, but they can feel it. Even a baby, mother holds the baby, even the baby is crying, the touch of the mother and her hand over the child's body immediately makes the child calm and relaxed and peaceful. But if I take the child, even a calm child become very because the child knows I don't love. I love in a way, but not the child's way. Child cannot feel the same love, the feeling, what the child gets from the mother. The compassion of the mother, the love of the mother, child knows, feels. It's not language, there's no language. In fact, child cannot even understand any language. Yet, the child can feel. So silence. In silence, no talk, no language, explainable silence. No one fights when that silence persists. Only in that silence you are people cool. Silence. Silence. It is not tamasic night. Inertia. The great force of that Jesus comes. When the sattva predominates, sattvic love. Love also comes in three different ways. Sattvic love, tamasic love, and sattvic love. Tamasic love is love for pizza. Rajasic love, yeah, repeat, I love you honey. There's a mantra for that, rajasic love. You have to repeat the mantra, I love you honey from morning till evening. If you don't repeat that love, that mantra, there will be flying surface and rolling pins. But a true love, sattvic love, like devotion to God, that's called sattvic love, or devotion to the great incarnation, the prophet like Jesus. There's no language, it is sattvic, pure. Great devotees in all religions, whether they're Christian, like Saint Francis, they cry in silence. They cry for God. They cry for love. For love's sake alone, nothing in return. So Mirabai cried for Krishna. So also many Christian saints, mystics in every religion, they cried in silence You may not see their cry. You may not see the tears. When you see tears and cries, too much, that's emotion. In true love also there is tears for some. Others just sit silently. No talk. That is called silent night. Rajasic love, because these people sit silently and see the suffering of the whole human race. Doesn't matter what the name is, colors. The material, the transcendent is trademarks like Christian, Jew, Arab, Muslims, Hindus. These are trademarks like Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola. But a true person who cries for God, sits silently, sits looking for God, he never identifies this trademark. It's got no meaning to him, this trademark. Even in ordinary love, many people fall in love by first sight. They don't even know the name of each person. But that look sufficient. Suddenly, there's something silence. Later on, you may ask, what is your name and who you are and what's your religion, what's your name, it's all come later. But when they find out later on the religion, that they find out one is Christian and another is Jew, or one is Arab and another is a Jew. But in the first sight, those things trademark, transcendent. That has got nothing to stop from loving. Even ordinary human love is so powerful to transcend the trademarks which we put in. I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Protestant, I'm a Jew, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Sikh, etc. How much exotic love towards God, like Saint Francis. When that love comes, you can't describe it, it is silent. Because of these people's silent night, which they are having all the time, not just night time or sleep time, for them the world is completely meaningless. The so-called, what we call it, the world full of confusion, division, the world filled with hatred, the world is full of anger, jealousy, hatred. These emotions are transcended by pure love, pure devotion. That's called silent. Silent night. So silent night is not just merely in night, midnight. That's not possible to have all over the world simultaneously. Now it's almost going to be midnight soon. But India, it is noontime, not more, midnight. Or the Christmas is over. When Christmas is over in India, Christ was born yesterday. And we are still looking for here, Christ is going to come. And then, slowly, still, here when midnight here, in California, it is not yet midnight. 3 hours it will take for Christ to be born. and then further go to Hawaii, another 2 hours more. So, midnight doesn't come all at once. Same thing, this analogy we can use it to our heart also. Though it may be midnight, some sleeps, some watches television, some drinks, some talks, some fights, some try to make various schemes to destroy the world, and some sits silently. It's all, time is the same, but the mind is not the same. So what yogis try to do is, we are making the mind calm. It's called night. Silence the mind. When you silence the mind, it is midnight and holy night. Only at that time, great incarnations come, great prophets. For those who have got no peace, silence, to bring them peace and silence, this incarnation is come. So during Krishna Avatara, or the goddess of Krishna, all God's soldiers, including the very Kamsa, who is terrified, is waiting with the king tired. He imprisoned Devaki so that if the child is born, he can easily catch in the prison and kill him, the baby. So he put Devaki inside the Devaki and Vasudeva, the husband also, in the jail room. Gods everywhere, left and right, walking and knocking, looking. And is born, bomb comes up, make sure immediately, as soon as the baby is born, he is going to destroy, he is going to kill. So the gods are being warned, don't sleep. Watch when that Krishna is going to be born. But exactly at midnight, all the gods firstly comes up early. No one knew going to hospital. Okay, silent night, everybody. She's a nurse. She has to go and watch the patients. See, people die also even at silent night, isn't it? So all people who are supposed to be awake, they all fell asleep when Krishna came. Saw the Jesus. Look, the meaning is twofold. Tamas overcovers these people because their religious activity, there's a fear comes because of religious activity. And suddenly, how long you can be afraid? Suppose you are living in a room with a cobra, darkness, the doors are locked and you are in the cobra, but we don't know where the cobra is. And how long you will sit for 2 hours watch? Cobra may be coming from there, this way. You hear the sound, but you can't hear the sound, but you are very alert. It is 10 o'clock. Still you are alert, you are not sleeping because you are afraid. You can't get out, the doors are locked, and the cobra is somewhere moving, maybe behind the curtain, or behind the room, or behind the bed, or under the bed. So constantly alert. So it's 11 o'clock, still you are alert. 2 o'clock, still you are 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, still you are alert. Occasionally you fall. Alert. 3 o'clock. Forgot. My doctor. Oh, you heard something? Oh, my God. 4 o'clock. Sound. You don't care which sound or where. 5 o'clock. Just make it now. You don't even know. That is the alertness, the fear. Can't keep awake, keep all that fear. So Kamsa was afraid. So also, all rajasic and tamasic people are afraid of incarnations or perfect. So externally, it's midnight, because where tamas covers. But Sattvic people, they are awake, but they sleep. Means they are meditating. It's not because of fear. That silence, that midnight, because pure love, devotion. So the similarity between, look into great incarnate like Krishna, Jesus, etc. There are many things similar, including after the birth, children were being, babies were being destroyed by the people who were afraid. Maybe so the Krishna's time. Krishna was born and then no one knew, but when they woke up, they found out that Krishna was born and somewhere hiding, baby. So they went on killing every baby born. Doesn't matter who they are. That means one of the baby must be Krishna. And they live on fear. Doesn't matter what it is, that they know that one day their body is going to die. Doesn't matter how much they stay inside the bunker or outside the bunker, inside the fortress, all the machine guns. They cannot save themselves. But Sattvic people have no fear. That fearlessness is because identification with the Brahman or God. We call it devotion, a bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga, devotion, pure love, Sattvic love. In Jnana yoga, we call it Aham Brahmasmi, Vedanta, I am Brahman, or I am my father, or what. So silent night, midnight, the time is 7:25. So soon, silent night will come to all of us. True silence, true devotion. And then Christ is born in your heart. This word, Christ, is just a word. Incarnations, born, not like us. We are born out of karma, due to destiny. We have no choice. We are forced to be born. But incarnations are not like avatars, Krishna, Rama. They are not born out of karma, but born out of dharma. Dharma is the eternal law, divine law, love. Everything ends in love. They are born out of love to help the humanity, to raise the human race upward, so they descend downward. When they descend down, it's called incarnation, you are uplifted. That's the purpose of great prophets. Descends to this dark world, tamasic world, and slowly lift you up to sattvic state, pure light, pure love, not emotions. So let us not celebrate Christmas as Merry Christmas. It is silent Christmas, silent night, no talk. Feel the rebirth of Christ consciousness in you, or Krishna consciousness in you, or Rama consciousness in you, or Shiva consciousness in you, or Aham consciousness in you, or Allah consciousness in you. That's all this world. Allah, Moses, Father. But there's only one thing we should all look at: love, peace, silence, bliss, ananda. These are just words again. We play with words, but no one can explain what love is. No one can explain what bliss is. No one can explain what the silence or what the peace is. Only in the Bible said the peace that passeth all understanding. This peace you can't describe in words, because it's beyond words, beyond language. Only you can experience, you can feel. How can a child can say to mother, a newborn baby, "Mommy, I love you"? That's no language. But the child knows and feels this love to the mother, and vice versa. This bond between mother and child is a feeling, there's no language there. It's not only human babies, human mothers. Look into all animals, even ferocious tiger. When the cub comes, cub bites the tail or bites the ear of the mom. Mama loves, delicts. And that bite by the cub, it shows that love between the cub and the tiger. So you see, fear is gone when there is love. Including fear of death. That's why we are afraid that we don't have love. I'm afraid of Srinivasan. Srinivasan is controlling all the computer, and the computer controls all the money. So, whenever he goes near the computer, my God, he is going to change the bank account by programming the computer. He may transfer to Geneva account $1 million from our man's bank account. Many happen. So many computer frauds. Within a few seconds, you are a millionaire. Because only you have to press a couple of buttons if you know how to do. And when Michael came. That's why he went to computer, because he wanted to become a millionaire. And very simple, because he's working with the accountant computers, and so he has to learn to reprogram the computer. Immediately, the computer will transfer $5 million to this bank to his name. Numbered account. No one knows. So many frauds going on. All the drugs. And lot of people escape. Cancer. Not escape. Cancer. But, I'll just take a small portion of pencil. Okay, with you. Take that portion of Jesus. Just look for Jesus. Just wait. James, look at James. See Christ. Here's Gurudev writing about Jesus. Gurudev, just wait. Gurudev was born in Orthodox Brahmin family. But prophets not belong to Hindus are not so great as when people think. A God-related soul who has silenced the mind, of sin silent night, holy night, they see this divine love. Wherever there is, doesn't matter. Like a honeybee. Sees the honey, doesn't matter which flower it is. Thorny flower, rosy flower, little flower, small flower, big flower. He only sees, the honeybee only sees the honey. Doesn't care what type of flower it is, what thorn it is, makes no difference. Where it is going to make no difference. Although a great saint like Swami Vishnu-devananda, they see only this love. Wherever this love honey, pure love, they see this and they glorify. So I just randomly took that Jesus for Gurudev. Now you read, you can see what great prophet who teaches this love says that we are
2,000 years ago, divinity incarnated upon this planet to show to all humanity the glorious path to everlasting life by actually living the divine life upon this earth.
Read again slowly. It lost it. Compared to the eternity, 2,000 years only yesterday. Not even yesterday. Just a few seconds, a few moments. Okay, 2,000 years ago.
Divinity incarnated upon this planet.
Divinity incarnated. What's divinity? Divinity is neither Christian nor Jew nor Buddha nor. Divinity is that divine energy lies in all of you and shines equally. Incarnated. Why? But it is not rebirth, reincarnation like us. That's the difference. We are born, it's called reincarnation. Divinity is not reincarnated. Divinity exists all the time. So there is a difference between incarnation and reincarnation. The divinity means incarnate. Though divinity in us, it is corrupted by rajas and tamas. So we are reincarnated due to karma or due to the action
To show to all humanity the glorious path to everlasting life.
to show the all humanity everlasting path. Everlasting. And what else?
By actually living the divine life.
No. Everlasting, there are two things.
The glorious path to everlasting life.
Glorious path to everlasting love means everlasting. Means what do you mean by everlasting? Huh? What do you mean by that? It doesn't change like our life. One moment we are happy, next moment we are crying. One moment You are eating, next moment you are throwing out. One moment you enjoy eating and drinking, other times, other moments, you are purging it out. It's not everlasting, changes constantly. Ups and downs exist. But everlasting means these ups and downs exist, no duality, non-dual state, which you all know by that. What is non-dual state? That eternal peace is non-dual state. Duality contains the two things. If there is darkness here, somewhere there is light. One place there is storm, another place there is warm. Snow here, in Sahara Desert, there is no water. Because everlasting, it never changes. Not it needs, you can buy this, it is your state. So they incarnate to show you you got the everlasting life. But ordinary people doesn't care, they want only perishable, lasting thing for a moment. They buy a computer, they buy a ring, they buy a diamond ring. That is not going to bring everlasting things. It's not going to be eternal. It's temporary you are having. You can satisfy like a child. And many of them are satisfied with this. Next.
By actually living the divine life upon this earth.
By actually living, they did not preach, means here it is no language. The life is an example of this everlasting life. Love thy neighbor as thyself. They lived this life. You can see, watch, and imitate and follow. So preaching is different. I can preach, but that goes through this year and goes to that year. You know, preaching comes through 1 year and goes the other year out, in and out, or in and out. But great masters, even our great masters, lived the divine life. I lived it. I know by watching, he very seldom talk, but his life itself is talk. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Here is a Hindu saying, writing about Jesus.
Jesus was not an ordinary human being. He was a divine power and love incarnated upon this globe for a special divine purpose.
Louder, little bit, many people can't hear about it.
He was a divine power.
He was little bit open up.
He was the divine power and love incarnated upon this globe.
He was the divine and love incarnate. And love comes again. Divinity and love always go together.
For a special divine purpose.
Special divine purpose, because humanity is purging darkness, overpowering the whole world, though it happened 2000 years ago. Now it's worse.
His advent was in the nature of a fulfillment of the divine plan for this world process.
A divine plan, nothing happens without divine plan. So Jesus was born because of the divine plan, not, as I mentioned before, due to karma like us, or desires. So he made his body as an example to show that divinity and how to attain the everlasting peace.
This will be seen by the very manner of his birth and its background. The time and manner of the birth of Jesus reveals a deep spiritual law.
That's because midnight means everyone is sleeping, and that's the time Swati people also come out.
Jesus Christ was not born in a grand palace. He was not born to very wealthy or learned parents. Also, he was not born in the full blaze of daylight, with the knowledge of all men.
Because great people will never reveal themselves with that. Suppose Prince Charles or Diana is going to have a baby, even before the baby is born, it will be announced in bright television cameras, and as soon as the baby is born, you can see the television camera all over. Everyone imagines, oh yes, Prince Charles, the new king has been born, or the future king. But Jesus was no television, no camera, no newspapers. He was born in the manga in his table. There's no announcement. It's called truth. And still more social thought. How are you all? I'm going to shut off my mouth and go back to silence. Silent night for me. Every time is silent night. Even when I talk, it's silent night. The purpose of my silence is also to stop thinking for objects, for desires. Only when you stop thinking, stop for desires, you get everything. Do you know that? When you don't want anything, you get everything. That's the law. When you want something, you don't get anything. So don't ask for anything. You get everything. Mark, understand, Michael? Michael? Yes. Don't ask for computer, then you don't get computer. You get only the broken fingers by processing money. And you offer that finger not for desires, but making the humanity great, or humanity rich, we get everything. Do you know that? You never will. But don't think it is mine, or I want to own this. That's why you are restless. All of us. I am also. So I pray to God to remove the desires, to make me simple and humble as much as possible, which I am not. I've got my throne. And I'm to sit down. And this ego is caused my failure too. So never think that you reach your highest. Never think that I am now desireless. Even you say that I am desireless, you say, desire. That will bring you down. But never say that I am egoistic. Not that. I never say a humble person like me. I feel it always. I am the humblest person ever I see anyway. I never see there's such a good person like me. So good. So humble. So loving. So desireless. I feel all this, you know. One is sitting next to how good I am. How great I am. So never think that you got no desire. Never think that you conquered ego. Never think that you are humble. That very idea shows you are not humble. The very idea shows you got no desire, you got lots of desires. But a desireless person, a humble person never knew, like Jesus, never knew he was humble or divine. That is. So, Michael, I am going to make you disabled. Okay, Santa comes up. So Santa is going to make you disabled. He is going to bring you presents. So Michael, before the Santa comes, I am going to give you a Christmas present. A one-way ticket to India. One-way ticket to India. Okay?
Desires.
Now, he brought something to make you disabled. So, please someone help to get all those disabled. Then,
Shiva come.
Santa, sit down now.
Michael.
See, I told you, Michael, that one-way ticket to India.
Chandra.
Swami.
Chandra.
What Swami is going to do? He is just sitting in a room.
Roberto?
And what can I use?
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Pass.
Shiva King.
Can I sleep it?
Sita.
Is this wrong?
Ravi too. Ravi, one more.
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes.
Madhava.
Look at the eyes of the master.
Santa Claus.
To the side a little bit.
See everybody.
John.
Thank you.
Where's John?
Alexander.
John. Marie Shiri. Gita. Shri Namaste.
Lakshmi, Todom is there.
Shakti. Val Morin. Shakti.
It was just in case.
Go for a ride. Oh, he's here.
Well, don't worry about big presents or small presents. Big presents are just pillows.
Mario. Ishvara. Tina.
Lakshmi.
Ronald Cornell.
Richard.
Swami Sukadev, there is Sukadev and Swami Sukadev. See, Sukadev is not Swami Sukadev.
And those who did not get presents from the Santa, it will be very bad. Thank you, Santa. You love me? What did you get?
Lakshmi.
Hey, that's the thing you got it there.